Hey y'all, thank y'all so much. This is the last time that we're going to be together talking about writing your book. Hopefully, some of the things that were said in the past, you guys will be helpful. I do not desire, to just be out here just doing something and looking at the views from the last one that I did. Y'all sick of me. So, this is going to be the very last one. And today we're going to talk about the big publisher, or the big press. I talked about in the past. We talked about self-publishing. We've talked about the small press. We've talked about hybrid press, and today we're going to talk about the big press. Now, it's my understanding that in order to get found, or for a big publisher to pick up your book, you have to have a literary agent. So just think about a basketball player that desires to go pro. They have to have an agent. Same principle in the book world. In order for you to go pro, you need to have an agent. And there are a number of sites, a number of places online where literary agents submit their information, and then you can choose to contact them and send your manuscript to them, and they will decide whether or not they want to represent you as their agent. Make sense? Clear as mud? Clear as mud. So, along with this, I want to talk about how we get paid. How do authors get paid? And if you think about it, when I first started doing these videos, one of the things I said was that authors do not make a lot of money, and we don't. And not just by book sales. And one of the things that I mentioned was that we have to find other ways to monetize what we do. So the way that authors are paid is called a royalty. And a royalty is simply a percentage of the total book sale. So just say, for instance, let's just use this as a random, this is just random. Your book sells for $15.99, and your royalty is 25%, right? We're just going to use that as a random number, that your royalty is 25%. So if you take the $15.99 and you multiply that times 25%, that's $3, right at $4 per book. Your royalty is right at $4 per book. But out of that also comes other, depending on which publishing method you decide, there may or may not be other fees that will actually come out of that $3.99. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. So the way that an author is paid, author is paid, is by royalties, and it's a percentage of the book sale. Now, when you go with a big publisher, the big publisher is the only publisher that will give you an advance, which means that they are backing your book to the point where they give you a check in advance. And they are the only publishing method that I'm familiar with that gives you a check in advance. And again, let me put this out there because I forgot to do it at the front. I am not an expert on writing books. I'm just giving you the information as I got it while I was trying to publish my book. And hopefully this information will be helpful to you. So the big publisher is the only publisher that will give you an advance in sales, or an advance in royalties. The big publisher is the only one that'll do that. And if you think about it, like if you have an Angie Thomas, for instance, and Tamara Brown, for instance, who are New York bestsellers. Their reputation speaks for them already. And so these big publishers are willing to back them to the point where they're able to give them an advance. So hopefully this helped you a little bit. Hopefully you guys are really, really, really right now got a little bit of the information that you need in order to make the decision just to start writing. Do not let any of the things that I've told you deter you from getting your pen and your pencil or getting your laptop or whatever it takes for you to start writing. Your story deserves to be told. Somebody, even if it's just one person, may be helped by your story. So I just encourage you today to just start writing, and to God be the glory for what He is doing in the lives of His people. Y'all be good. Hope all of these videos help, and just praying for y'all as y'all go forth to write those books. Thank y'all.